Most people think success is about doing the right habits. Wake up early, go to the gym, eat clean. And while those habits are good, I don't think they're the reason why people succeed. What's up YouTube? It's Ben. And I want to make a video about conditioning your brain for success because I think that's where it all starts. Because if habits alone worked, everyone with a gym membership and was consistent would be successful, but they don't seem to. So I think the real reason why habits work is because they do something to your brain chemistry, nervous system and identity over time. What I'm getting at here is that it doesn't seem like success is a checklist. It seems like it's a state of being, and I've found that if you don't condition your brain and body to live in that state, you'll constantly fall back to where you were. And this is where I might lose some people because in recovery, I have been a believer in energy, in frequency, and I believe people live in different states. I think the state that you live in determines your trajectory, but I do think it is conditioned and can be changed at any time. I don't think it takes talent or intelligence to achieve certain states. I just think it takes conditioning and commitment. I think the purpose of developing habits isn't to simply do the action of the habit or force them. I think the purpose of habits is to retrain your brain and body so that success feels more natural. I think your brain can respond best to multiple positive inputs as opposed to developing one singular habit like going to the gym. I think when you start to stack these habits like going to the gym, eating clean, waking up early, it creates a positive environment in your head and alters your brain chemistry favorably. And of course, as I always say, if you do this consistently, that'll have an even better effect on your brain chemistry. Dopamine regulation will improve, but stuff like confidence and self-trust will compound, which is an even bigger advantage. And when you combine these positive habits with a clean environment and a solid routine, your entire internal state will shift and your new identity will be reinforced, which will lead to success if it's positive. And my favorite, and I think the main way to bring about success, is the gym's influence on changing your internal state. The gym isn't about aesthetics, it's neurological conditioning. All of the muscular, physical and neurological adaptations that exercise evokes are cool, but I love that every rep is a message to your brain that says, I do hard things, I follow through and I don't negotiate with discomfort. So to me, going to the gym isn't about fitness, it's about identity programming. And I think the key is to make gym a part of your system, a part of your routine, and not one-off events every once in a while. And again, if you have this awareness of what you're doing for your mind and your brain when you're exercising, you can stack the positive effects by getting good sleep, eating clean and avoiding social media to amplify the positive effects and encourage success. I think the main factor in this is awareness, because I'm still struggling with this, but your environment is always training you whether you like it or not. Your brain is always asking, is this a place for growth or survival? So if your room isn't a place for growth, that's going to have a negative effect on other areas of your life, whether you realize it or not. It takes paying attention to the small things, because a few things on the floor or a bit of mess in your room creates background stress, which can affect you in many ways. This is tough and I'm certainly not perfect, but I think having the awareness of this is the first step to change. I've noticed that when I'm dieting and very disciplined, all areas of my life seem to be the same. For example, my room is impeccable, and currently I'm not as disciplined, so my room reflects that. What I'm getting at here is that your environment should be conducive with success. With a designed environment for success, you're conditioning your brain and getting into this rhythm of success even more so, which has compounding effects, I think. In trying to achieve something, I would have always tried to change my behavior first, but after reading a little bit more around the topic, I now try to change my state first. I think when you change your state first, focus improves Discipline feels natural, and I think you can change your state through your environment, movement, your self-talk, your routine, and generally just all of your inputs. And this is why awareness is everything. I think changing your state first is so beneficial because you stop saying that you need to force yourself to do this habit, but you feel that by doing the habit, this is where success happens and it feels more natural. I think that shift alone changes a lot, and I think consistency over time isn't about discipline or the physical action of doing the habit. I think completing these habits consistently that are aligned with growth, relax your nervous system, reinforce your identity, and compound your confidence. And there's a compounding effect of all this because you stop chasing motivation. You build evidence that you're reliable, capable, and in control. And once your brain accepts that identity, it will protect it, and that's when momentum becomes automatic. Compounding. Another way to look at this video would be to stop chasing results and start engineering states. I think you can get burnt out by chasing external outcomes, things like money and validation. But I think when you chase focus and emotional regulation, I think results come as a byproduct. So a way to review your progress towards goals could, instead of being, did I complete every habit today, could be, did I condition myself into a state where success is inevitable? And that question could change how you go forward. So yeah, you're conditioning yourself every day, whether intentionally or not. So what are you training your brain and body for? Stress or control? Success doesn't seem to be a moment. It's a frequency. And once you learn how to condition to it, you don't need to chase it anymore. You operate it. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Peace.